Hello everybody, it's Aaron. Welcome to another episode of Feed the Beast. Let's hope I've got everything together for this episode. I haven't changed anything here. An interesting thing about this mode is you don't have to give it a pulse. I actually macerated some things, and this sorting machine, even though the timer was off, it detected there was something in there, and it pulled it out automatically. So I still don't know a lot about these. I haven't had time to look into it. However, I did discover some things. The way I have this set up, I've got our sorting colors here, and I made a couple more rows for the ores. Well, anything that goes to the brown, which is basically uncategorized, it pulls a stack at a time. See that whole stack goes? There it goes. It goes down the line, and it's going to go to the cobblestone barrel. If I put all of them in there, it's going to take them all a stack at a time, which is awesome. That's exactly what I want. The other thing I wanted was, you notice this backpack is full. If you shift right click the chest, it empties the backpack. All the stuff goes into the chest, and it automatically gets sorted. Here's the problem with this system. Let me get this thing out. Let's do iron right now. The things that are being sorted, we're going to put that to red. It only pulls them one at a time, but it pulls them pretty quickly. Well, when this fills up, or if the items can't go there, the rest of the items are going to go down the line and try to find a barrel. Or since the chest is down there and it is it's not full, it has room for inventory, those items are going to just keep on going. And I cannot remove that chest, because if I accidentally put something in this chest, it'll basically jam up the machine. So let's fill that up, and you see all the red items, they keep going. Now if we paint this brown and then put some more in here, hopefully this works how I think it's going to work. I think what happens is they'll just bounce around, because since they have the red tag, once they can't go into the furnace, they're not going to have anywhere to go, because they will not go to any other color. They will only go where there's not a color. So they're just going to be bouncing around in there until they find a place to go. So from what I can tell, there are a couple solutions to this problem. We can either branch this into two branches and basically make this system right here its own section, kind of like a segmented physical network, if you know anything about computer networking. Put this on its own network so that the pipe splits over here, and everything that doesn't get processed automatically goes to the barrels. Everything else has to go into a machine, and then once it comes out of the machine, it then hits this pipe that goes into the rest of the barrels. So if I do it that way, I'm going to have to make another sorting machine. And let me turn this thing on, because that's gonna fill up. If I segment it, it's gonna take another sorting machine. If I do it this way, not that big of a deal if I don't mind the items bouncing around the pipe. I don't think red power will lose the items, but if there's iron in here and we put gold in the chest, or anything else that needs to go there, which I haven't set up the rule yet, just because I was waiting for the episode. I left a little mining turtle down there. What else needs to go? Wait, those don't even need to go there. What am I doing? They need to get macerated anyway. That was bad. What am I doing? Ooh. This needs to go to red. Okay. Anyway. But you see the problem. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that right now. I just wanted to show you guys what happened if I run a quarry, it's not going to be that big of a deal because you have, you know, 1 or 2 or 3 items coming in here or there. And since they're typically in clusters, there's plenty of time to process all of them. So that's not really an issue. But for now, I'm just going to leave the brown pipe right there so that none of the items that need to get sorted will actually go this direction unless they've already been processed. This is how I did the piping back here. I didn't see the need to run the pneumatic tubes up into that pipe because they're all going to connect, you know, kind of like a grid like you saw before we colored the pipes. So I think this is going to work for us. I just have to decide if I want to put this up here and let the items bounce around or physically segment the network, so to speak. I think this method is probably okay because if I let the quarry or the turtle do all the work and put everything in an ender chest, the turtle, the stuff might bounce around for a few minutes, but as far as the quarry goes, the way the items come in, that's not going to be an issue. So you see a soul shard in my hotbar. I went ahead and started working on the skeleton one because why have 1 skeleton spawner when you can have 2 at twice the cost? So I figure we'll go ahead and put 1 in the nether, and we'll put 1 here too. And Straw Gaming NZ gave me a pretty good idea for the blaze spawner, the trap or whatever. So I think I'm going to use that method, and we probably won't do that right now, but we will definitely do that pretty soon into the future. I want to use that thing. I want to use the blaze rods for turtle fuel. Oh my gosh, with the thunder. It's so loud in my ears I can't hear myself talk. I want to use the blaze rods for ender chests, for enchanting, for turtle fuel, basically anything you can use them for. In working on this soul shard, I've actually gotten a ton of skeleton skulls, and I probably have like half a stack of them right now. Maybe if I sleep, that rain will go away. Apparently I need to update Optifine and Portal Gun and stuff. I did some work down here, and basically I just ran the liquiducts and I moved these things back. Pretty much the same setup, they're just in a different location. I also ran the liquiduct off for this engine, which powers the pulverizer and the powered furnace. There is a gate on there, and the gate says when the buffer is full, send a redstone signal, which goes behind the stone cover, and it turns that engine off when the buffer is full. So this thing is not going to run when it doesn't need to, so we don't have to worry about that blowing up. I have also done the same thing over here. I kind of reconfigured this. I needed some aluminum cans filled with lava, so I hooked this up just temporarily. But our magma crucible, it's the same setup as the pulverizer and powered furnace over there. There's a gate, which you can see right there in the corner, and there's some red alloy wire that runs down to all 5 of these engines, and that says when this buffer is full, I want you to turn the engines off. So I've still got some pipe running up here because I moved the pump just because I figured I'd suck the lava from downstairs, and I hooked the redstone energy cell up to the engine, and I was told the engines were smart enough to turn off when they didn't need to do any work, but I think everybody is full of it because I have personally exploded those energy conduits the same way that these things explode. So I don't think these things are as smart as everyone says they are. And you see it's smoking right now. If I whack it, it'll start working again. But it's just going to build up the energy because the redstone energy cell is full. So I don't know what gives. So I'm going to turn this one off. And I'm going to grab this because we're going to need it. Because I want to try something. I want to go ahead and start working on Thaumcraft. And I'm not going to do the research on camera because I don't want to ruin it for everybody. That's one of those things where I think if you know it, it kind of spoils it. And I don't want to ruin it, so I may go over the basics, but I definitely am not going to do a lot of research during the video because, like I said, I want you to have your own fun discovering those things. So, what do I need? I need some landmarks. Ooh, I need some marble. We'll take 4 stacks of it. Hopefully this will be enough. Should be. Basically, I want to make a tower. And I decided I'm just going to do the research pretty close to here because this is where all my resources are. And I don't want to be running back and forth all the time. So how about this? I'm just going to poke a hole right here. And I don't think I can put a ladder on a barrel, but that's no big deal. I'll just run it up the covers there. So let me figure out how I need to do this. I'm going to need, basically how I want to do it is, I just want to make kind of a little 3x3. And my awesome shovel ran out. I enchanted it just for the hell of it because I had the points to spend. So I want to go like this and like that. And then basically I want to go up. Basically an undetermined amount of blocks. Like I really don't know how tall I want this thing to be. But this gives us a pretty good view. That one big ass tree is in the way, so let's go about that far. And I haven't tried this yet, so it'll be interesting to see if it works. So let's put that one on there and we'll click it, maybe. I may have to go click one of those ones down below. We'll see. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. I didn't want to do that because I'm going to have to knock down all of that dirt or the filler will just leave it. It'll only fill in the spaces, so actually, since I had to come back up here, let's just do it this way. We'll just put it on this block, and then we can knock the block off later. I don't think that's any faster than my fist. Okay, maybe it is. And I don't really use the filler to build things. Every time I've tried to use it to make like a house or something, it builds it and it builds the cube or whatever, but it makes the walls and stuff too thick, and I don't want them to be too thick, and for some reason it's not completing it. I don't know why not. That's weird. Let me exit and come back. I'll be right back. Okay, here we go. I exited the world and I reloaded it and it seemed to work just fine. So let's put the filler right there. It's going to pop off all the landmarks. And then what we need to do is basically, if we put it like this, you see how it made the little box thing? So what I'm hoping it does is it just makes the 3x3 and leaves the inside hollow. It actually might fill in the bottom layer and the top layer, but that's nothing that I can't knock out. And I don't think it'll just do like that. You can do one column at a time, but I mean, if I'm going to have to replace the landmarks, I might as well just, build them myself. So let's see what this energy output is on. It's on 10, so as soon as we hook that thing up, it's probably going to start working. Yep. And it looks like it is. What the hell is it doing? Yeah, see how it filled in the center one on the bottom. And it's going to go up each side. Then it's going to do this side. And hopefully it doesn't do the center when it starts doing the other one. It looks like it just went up. So that's pretty cool. So all I really had to do is knock out that block and then replace that with marble if I want. And we've got ourselves a tower. See, this thing stops. It knows when to stop. Why didn't the magmatic engine know when to stop? So I'm going to pretty that up just a little bit, and let's just go ahead and we'll move the dirt around it. We'll hop in here. We'll seal it up. And I really don't do a lot of building in episodes, but since we're using the filler to do it for us, that's my exception. So I guess that's my way of getting around that, because I'm not a builder at all, like if you've watched me for any length of time, you know that I'm trying, but it's not my forte. I guess I'm really not all that good at any one thing, but I'm trying. So we'll just put, if I can climb this thing, we'll just put our ladders all the way to the top. And when I get pretty close, I'm going to have to bust out the top layer. Cool. So now if I wanted to, I could set up some landmarks and I could make a taller platform here, but that's kind of pointless because if I have to build out to fill it up, then I might as well just do it myself. So I think, I'm not sure if I want to enclose this. I probably do, because if I mess everything up and I get a bunch of wisps around here, that's going to be bad news. I visited Aaron DM's world for part of his Thaumcraft thing for his 100 subscriber special, and I didn't put my footage up because basically it was just me standing around watching him craft stuff or do research. So it wasn't that great footage, so I just kind of saved it. Maybe I'll cut out some highlights when we were fighting the wisps, but you have the potential to disrupt whatever it is you disrupt when you do Thaumcraft research. So I want to enclose this to some degree, and then then I can get going. And if I didn't say it before, I'm not really worried about messing up, the flux or the V's or the aura or whatever the hell it actually is, because usually when I start a world, I live in one place until I get enough resources, and then I go build the real place to live. So if something like that happens, we can just move. It's not that big of a deal. I'll just have to figure out a way to get back and forth from the Wisp dungeon over there. So I'm not sure how long I've been at this. I'm going to finish the rest of this in between episodes. But I guess what we can do is we can do some, the basic Thaumcraft stuff, which essentially it's just, I'm going to show you how to make a wand and a Thaumonomicon, and then that basically tells you how to do everything else you need to do. I don't think I have any leather. Nope, we're going to have to run out and kill some cows after we eat potatoes. I need to put another wrath lamp over here to light up the front yard, because that's not going to cut it. Alright, I only needed one, so I'm not going to waste a lot of time out here. So, the first thing you need to do is make a bookcase, which is why I needed the other cow. I already got the other books. Let me put this filler away. I like to keep 9 bricks and 9 glass with my filler, specifically just because you need that for that. So, alright. What do we need to do? Thaumcraft. I've already made a wand, and I already have one of these things. I did not make the Thaumonomicon yet. What you need to make a wand, you need any of the shards. I like the fire shard because it's fire. So we're going to need a gold nugget, 1 stick, and a fire shard, and that'll make our first wand. And this work table, I'm just going to show you this right now. Once you make this, there's a spot for the wand. Anything you craft in here, you can't do without the wand. So either make an extra wand, or remember to put your wand in it whenever you're trying to make some of the Thaumcraft recipes, because if you forget that, then that's a big deal. So let me find a stick, and we need to make a bookcase. Probably has some sticks in here, definitely. Gold nugget, stick, any shard, wand. You'll notice that the wand is charging, and it charges fairly quickly. If it's not charging, then something's wrong with your aura nodes, and you need to watch Aaron DM's video about how to fix that. Now I need to make 1 book, and here we go. So you make your bookcase, you put it on the ground, whack it with your wand, right click, bam, Thaumonomicon. That's a fun word to say. It's a very informative book. You hold it in your hand, you right click, it gives you the interface, and it tells you all about you know, the things you need to do. And I probably need to read about flux and stuff like that, because I'm really not sure. But it shows you how to make your tables. Here's the recipe. It shows you how to make your arcane work table. It shows you how to make your crucible, which is just a cauldron, and then you whack it with your wand, it becomes a crucible. You have to fill this with water, and you have to put heat underneath it. So I'm actually probably going to build up that that layer up there. I'm probably going to build that up one, and put an aqueous accumulator and a buildcraft pipe to automatically supply the crucible with water, because you can do that. So you don't have to keep refilling it with buckets. Knowledge fragments are important. There are some over in one of the things in the village. I don't think we can see it from here, but one of the towers has some knowledge fragments we're going to go get. Maybe next episode, maybe a little further down the line. But this basically just kind of gets you started, and then, you know, as you discover things, then they light up, and then, you know, you kind of see, you know, what you need to do once you get the hang of it. So I'm going to try to remember, what is he banging on? Oh my gosh. Is he banging on the village doors? It's so loud. Very imbalanced in my opinion. So if I remember, I'll link to Aaron's video and also Direwolf's video. He has a tutorial on Thaumcraft. You know, his tutorials are awesome, and I'm not going to reinvent the wheel since he's already done it. So that's going to do it. As always, comments, questions, suggestions, leave them down below. We still need to get to the blaze spawner. We still need to set up the skeleton things. Still need to make some ender chests. Everybody knows how to do that, so I'm probably not going to do that in an episode either, because, you know, it's relatively easy if you can type it. Ender chest just takes ender pearls, blaze rods, and stuff, and then you can dye them once you make them. So I'm probably going to go ahead and do that and set one up there, and then have my turtle feed into one to kind of automate things a little bit, and maybe add another row of barrels on this row right here. I'll probably do that in between episodes as well, since we already did the bottom row in an episode and you are familiar with how to do it. So I hope I didn't forget anything. If I did, please let me know. Thanks everybody for watching. I'll see you next time.